I'm very excited to be showing you Grandad's Acres, the beautiful natural beige collection of beautiful resin epoxy pigment pastes. They are truly stunning. You get 6 20-gram jars, recyclable pots, and you've got pinky beiges, you've got gorgeous yellowy beiges, all the neutral tones that are going to make contrasting colours pop, but not only that, make beautiful, harmonious dirty pours, maybe neutral homewares that you've got in mind. I'm going to show you how to use them and why I think they're really special. Brand new collection inspired by the colours of my granddad's farmhouse, and yeah, as always, memories of nostalgia in all of my colour collections. I'm going to go and show you how to use them now, but thank you. I'm really glad that you're here watching this with us. Okay, Grandad's Acres then, a very nostalgic pigment collection if you like. One based on my granddad's farmhouse. I'm very proud of this bundle. I hope you're going to love it as much as I've enjoyed and loved making these pigments for you. Timeless beauty of countryside memories, if you like, from my lovely granddad's farmhouse. I was very young, but I do have a couple of memories that I cherish, and as always with all my colour collections, there's always a little bit of a story into how I've come to these colours, why I think they're important, and what I think they can offer you with any of your pouring arts. You can pause the video if you want to have a little read of my snippet of memoirs in here, but hopefully you get the idea that I put all the love I possibly can into bringing you the very best timeless classic colours that you're going to be able to work with across all your palettes and your resin pours. They are specifically for resin, epoxy resin. They're going to work great in your Apex resins or any epoxy resin at all. So we'll do a nice little swatch of the 6 colours. Milk Cap. This was a colour that you guys were asking for so long. You wanted like an ivory clotted cream, kind of yellowy undertone pigment. And so that's where Milk Cap came from. Another mushroom, similar to my lovely puffball, but not quite. There we go, Milk Cap. Bunny Tail, you're gorgeous. Pinky Beige is absolutely beautiful. After the grass, not the animal, unfortunately. Beautiful, beautiful. Warm Clay, my absolute favourite colour. This literally is the only colour I want in my life all the time. Look at that. It's got a muted dusky rose undertone, gorgeous beige. We've got Red Alder, which is a little bit more pinky red. Let's have a look at this one. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Soft mink, much warmer, much darker than Warm Clay, but that would go beautifully with white, gold, black, all the colours. And then Toasted Oat is a cross between pink and yellow undertone. Got a bit of both going on in this one. Look at those colours. Which one's your favourite? It's really hard, I know. I think it is for me Warm Clay and quite possibly Soft Mink. Those 2 colours together are going to be absolutely beautiful. So this is a beige collection. I'm thinking frothy shorelines for those beautiful resin waves. Maybe you've got a seascape in mind and you want to do a nice frothy shoreline on a bed of beautiful sand dune sand from my shop. Maybe you've got that in mind. Maybe you're looking for a minimalistic piece of art and you want to use a gorgeous off-white beigey Warm Clay pigment and you want to put that on a black backdrop. That would look absolutely beautiful. A nice warm beige with a tiny pinky hue in that one. These warmer beiges, I'm hoping that they're going to bring effortless elegance to your beautiful organic warm dirty pours, your beautiful pours in your coasters, in your trays, all of that, adding some beautiful subtle textures. Maybe you've got some statement colours to go with these. We'll talk about that shortly, but hopefully you're going to really get the most out of these colours. They're going to be really universal for you. So I thought we would start off with a beautiful natural dirty pour, a very minimalistic piece of art. I'm going to try and keep the palette very harmonious, and I'm going to show you just how beautiful you can use a very basic colour palette for a very delicate, refined piece of artwork. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of barrier cream on before putting my gloves on. I am a bit of a sucker for getting resin everywhere at the moment, and I just want to make sure that I look after my skin. Put some cream on. Okay, gloves on. So we're going to do a beautiful dirty pour on a coaster using Apex One Coat. So I'm going to use a small coaster and I'm going to stand it on my pot, and I'm going to do a dirty pour using a gorgeous Milk Cap, which is yellow undertoned creamy colour, and I'm going to use a slightly pinkier tone, which is my absolute gorgeous Red Alder. So beautiful tones. We're going to use it with a complementary contrast, and I thought we'd go for a little bit of pearl, and we'll go for the Tahitian pearl. So we'll mix these up together. So red alder, let's have a little look at you. Let's pop the pot. Always give them a good stir, and remember, no more than 10% of pigment to your resin mix. How beautiful is that colour? So pretty. Absolutely gorgeous colour. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And let's have a little look at Milk Cap. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. That's going to look gorgeous with all those sandy neutrals when you're doing beach art. Frothy shorelines. You're going to get lacing with these colours because they've got puffball white in them, so you're going to have lots of chance of successful lace on your beach art and your dirty paws. Let's have a little look at beautiful Milk Cap. Oops, did I put enough on the stick? Absolutely beautiful. And we're going to also use Tahitian pearl colour, silvery black if you like, pearl base. So I'm just going to alternate between my colours, just doing small little tiny bits into each one, alternating as I go. I have put some Bloom silicone into my gorgeous Milk Cap. I'm just having a little look at that. It's so special. I do like to lie my stick down and turn my pots upside down because it makes it easier for me to clean them out with a wet wipe if they're draining upside down. Let's see if we can get these drizzles. I am just shifting my camera angle because what I want to do is show you how absolutely beautiful this is. And I think you'll see it better from this angle. Isn't it mesmerising? So pretty. I actually like to just put enough on so that I don't get too much overflowing over the board. But don't worry, because you can spread it. Because it's got my liquid cell enhancer in, those cells are going to keep on forming. So don't worry that you think you're missing a bit of board. You can just go backwards and forwards like this. Get a really good coverage. It will still all blend in absolutely beautiful. Does anybody else ever want to eat their resin when they get a pour as beautiful as this? I just want to eat it. It looks so pretty. You can take one of your leftover sticks, if you've got a bit that just needs extra resin, you can just scrape any leftovers, no waste. Perfect. I'm going to turn that pot upside down, and then I'm just going to take it very carefully to the edge. So pretty. I'm going to just give it a little bit of a torch. I don't want to use too much heat gun, so in fact I'm not going to use any heat gun. I'm just going to pop any surface bubbles if there are any with the torch, and that is enough because I don't want to blend it too much. But just look how absolutely beautiful that is. We'll come back to this one tomorrow and we'll have another little look, but we're going to go on and I'm going to try and do some gorgeous lacing now on a beautiful, rich, decadent black stag petal pour. So I'll just move this out of the way and then we'll go again. So we're going to make our gorgeous clock. We're going to make a really beautiful black minimalistic piece inspired by volcanic oceans, and we're going to have a nice warm clay laced wave and a beautiful soft mink laced wave. This is our warm clay. It is absolutely beautiful. It's going to look stunning on stag beetle black. Let's do a little swatch. Look at that colour. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to do a second wave, but I'm going to use a slightly warmer one, a soft mink. I'm not sure which is my favourite out of these two. I think it might be this one. Let's have a little look on the swatch. Absolutely gorgeous. They're going to look so nice together. when you've got a neutral colour backdrop for any colours like this, it just screams really sleek modern art. It's going to absolutely look beautifully organic, and actually probably, I've got a feeling it might be a show-stopping piece of art. So let's crack on. I'm going to speed up the video. I'm going to cover my board in Stag Beetle Black. I'm going to get the lace waves on, and then I'm going to bring you down closer to have a little watch. I've poured all of my lovely Stag Beetle Black, and I have just gone over with the torch. I don't want to use too much heat gun at this point. And the trick for really good lacing is to not let your resin overspill over the edges. So I'm keeping my beady eye all around here and just making sure we've got no spillage. I'm going in with a gorgeous white, warm clay drizzle first of all. And I'm just going to do a very thin drizzle. And catch it. Let's do the beautiful soft mink. Beautiful. So I'm going to come on in with my heat gun at a 45-degree angle and make some beautiful waves. So less heat gun and a little bit of the torch. How beautiful are those two colours? So really lovely for an off-white kind of laced trail, and because I've gone significantly heavy with that torch, we've got super tiny delicate lace. Really pretty. So we've got toasted oat to look at, and we've also got bunny tail, another two beautiful beiges. Toasted oat, let's have a little look. Absolutely gorgeous. So she's got a yellow pink undertone, really gorgeous creamy latte oaty colour. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And then we've got bunny tail, which is another gorgeous, more pinky colour, a bit like a manicure pink if you like. Let's have a little look at her. Look at those two colours. So pretty. So I thought for our next piece, our final piece, we'll do a gorgeous, striking, contrasting pour. So I can't decide what to use, resin or eco pour. I'm going to use both. Now these aren't to be used with eco pour, but I'm just itching to do a really dirty pour. So we're going to do that together. Very excited about this one. We want to have some really rich contrasting colour, and I am thinking foxglove pink and a marble pour in the same mould. So let's get mixing that up. I'm going to speed the video up for that bit. Okay, so I'm looking forward to pouring this one. We've got Pushkin Ochre Eco Pour, and I thought I'd just do a little edge with my Eco Pour, and I am actually going to pour the two products at the same time in the same make, if you like, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm going to start off with a little bit there, and I'm going to start off with my dirty pour this end, and hopefully those two colours will meet. And this is an absolutely gorgeous contrast pour, and I'm just taking my time to let the two pours meet, Eco Pour and Apex High Gloss. I quite like when it's a little bit more of a and then I'm going to just pour over the top. Okay guys, let's have a little look and see our creations. So we've got our beautiful dirty pour coaster, very pretty. I've already got some pink on it, look. My goodness me, let's remove that. Pretty. And then we've got our gorgeous laced clock that we did. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I will get this finished and post it on stories of Facebook or Instagram. Get that nice beautiful clock mechanism in there. So got a couple of scrappy leftover pours. It's a gorgeous marble. And one more scrappy leftover coaster with a few shells in there. Of course I'll use the flourish paste for my edges. So let's have a little look at this one. I am demolding this one far too soon, but what I'm really keen to know is how that Eco Pore's got on with that resin on top of it. So let's have a little look. It's a little bit too soon guys, but you're going to bear with me and we're going to be very careful. Look at that bendy resin. We're going to be breaking all the rules. Breaking the rules today. But it was so worth it. Look at it. Oh my goodness. These remind me of a colour combination. I've seen these colours before. I'm just trying to think where I've seen those colours, but isn't it pretty? I'm going to pop it down. It was a little bit too soon to demold, which is a bit risky when there's a divide between the two different products. You shouldn't really do that, but hey, I couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait. I'm going to think what else I can do to this, because I think I can jazz it up a little bit more. So I'm going to take a little bit of Golden Sun floating pigment, and I'm going to add it to a little bit of bloom binder or bloom finish, whatever you've got. And I'm going to make myself a gorgeous liquid gold. Oh wow, it's so pretty. And I'm going to just delicately do a really nice gold vein of paint across the join. Now you could do this with UV resin and you could cure it a little bit for a few seconds, not fully, but just until it's nice and tacky, and then dust this powder on the UV resin if you wanted to do that. But what I'm going to do is very carefully do these seams and then see what that looks like. I'm just going to turn it around for a better view. That side. Use that as a paintbrush rest. Look at that. It looks beautiful. And then if you've got a bit that you're not too happy with, you can just take a cocktail stick or something just to spread it out, or a super fine brush like this one. Oh, it looks so pretty. I think that's enough. I think that is absolutely perfect. Guys, I can't leave you hanging. We've got to finish the clock. How could I leave you guys hanging? We're going to put the hour on first, the second hand, followed by the minute hand. And we're going to have a beautiful finished clock, the first ever finished piece using a Grandpa Acre bundle. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Thanks guys. I hope you love your bundles as much as I have had love and fun making them. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits. I'll see you soon. Keep me posted with your lovely makes, myself and the girls over at Apex. We love seeing what you get up to, and we'll see you real soon. Bye guys.